Hey guys, hi, it's Julie the Creative Chica coming to you again. Okay, so after last night and doing that video on the ink, and I was frustrated and I just wasn't sure if I liked my inks or my new markers, I decided to do a little bit of research, and I uh, stamped out some images, and these are some images that I stamped out. This cute little girl here. And then I stamped out this little cute little mixer. It's a vintage mixer, super cute. And then I stamped this little kitty cat, real cute. She's in a purse, so cute. So they're all rubber. I wanted good impressions, so I did rubber. And then I went in and looked at some papers. So we're going to talk about some paper pads that I used, or some papers I used. And one of them was this marker pad that I had, and I just looked in my stash in a section where I have paper pads, and I had these papers. This paper pad, I believe it was from Michaels. Not sure. Hobby Lobby. Sorry, Hobby Lobby. It is very, it's a very thin paper, just like the other marker paper. I used that, and then I used my husband's sketchbook, and this is just a sketchbook with fine-toothed surface. So I tried that as well, and this is 60 pound, so it's got a little bit of a, like a little bit of weight, not too much. And then I also tried an unknown paper. I tried Nina White Bright, and I also tried this one. This is Canson Mixed Media. So I tried this one. This is a 98 pound. It's kind of like cardstock. Very nice. It says it's for pencil, pen, marker, acrylic, and watercolor. So that's really good that it's got all that. It says heavyweight for journaling and collage. So that's kind of cool. So let's go through this, and I'll show you how it came out. So this one here is the unknown paper, and I'm sorry I'm showing you guys this, but I had it and I said, I don't know what this is, what kind of paper it is. I know it's very heavy. And anyway, so I did do the watercoloring here, and it kind of bled out a little bit. And then I did the pencil. Now, the pencils I used were Faber-Castell's watercolor pencils and regular colored pencils. Now with this, it has some kind of texture, so you could really see the texture underneath, which wasn't my favorite because it wasn't very smooth, and that was okay. Now with the marker, it did okay, but you certainly can see the texture of the paper, and you can see the line here, the border. Even though I blended it, it didn't do fantastic, but it was okay. I do like that it was bright, so that was good. And then on the mixed media, here's the mixed media, Canson Mixed Media. It took to the watercolor very nicely. It blended well. Here's the pencil, which I thought did well as well. I thought it did pretty good for what I could see, because I was having a hard time coloring, because I can't really see. It's kind of blurry. So anyway, there is some texture, but not much. And then here is the marker. I really did like the marker. I thought it did a really good job on the marker, and it blended it well. There's a little bit you can tell, but overall, I think the blend was really nice. So there's that one. And then I tried the Master Touch marker paper. This was a disaster. Okay, it doesn't bleed through, but look at this. This is the marker. I'll show you. Well, let's start with the watercolor. The watercolor was a mess. It just stayed all up on top and made a goopy mess. And then the paper was okay, but it just isn't good for paper. I mean, for markers. I don't even know what you're going to use this for, since it just doesn't take any of those well. And then here is the marker. The marker is horrible. Look at all these. It didn't stay. The color wasn't rich. It was just a disaster. So definitely won't be using that. And then I tried this one, and this is Strathmore Sketch, that brown book I showed you. It did okay. Not great, but it took the water okay for the watercolor. The pencil has a little texture to it, which is okay. It's not great. I'm not thrilled with that, but it's a sketchbook, so. And oh, by the way, none of the stamping bled with using the Memento Tuxedo Black. None of the stamping. And I only stamped like maybe 15 minutes apart from doing the stamping. I started to color. And then, okay, so now here you have the marker, which is okay. It didn't blend very well with this paper, but the color was okay, and it did all right. So not too bad, but not my favorite. And then here we have, this is the Neenah White Bright 65 pound. It did very well with the watercolor, blended nicely. And here's the pencil. This is all pencil, so I thought it didn't do too bad with that at all. And then here's the marker. And the marker, I love that the red is so bright on this one. So my clear winners are ink, Memento ink, Tuxedo Black, so that one. And the two papers I really like are both the Canson Mixed Media and Neenah White Bright. Now you will see that the Neenah is brighter on the right, and this is kind of, the ink kind of sunk in a little bit, but they're both very nice. I think I like them both very well. Here's the comparison. This I might have been a little heavier handed putting down the watercolor pencil here, and I used a different color, I guess, on the bottom, but it's pretty close. So but my biggest thing was the marker, and the marker did really well. It blended much nicer on the mixed media, but this is not bad at all. I mean, nobody's going to say, oh, you have a line on the edge of your bowl. I mean, really. So that's my review, you guys, for the ink to use for stamping, and the papers that I really liked. So these were the two winners, was the Canson Mixed Media and Neenah White Bright 65. So, or it might be Bright White, I don't know, but that's what it's by Neenah. And I remember seeing in my Amazon list that I bought this paper like a year ago. I think it was $12 for 100. I think that's what it was. Don't quote me, just go look it up. But if it even so, you can get 4 cards. If you do greeting cards and you do 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, you can do 4. If you do a bigger size, of course, you'll get 2. If you do a 5 by 7, you can do that. And with this one, you can get at least 2. Now, bleeding. Yes, the marker bled, but the watercolor didn't bleed. So you can see there that the marker did bleed. Not bad. I would put something underneath. I think the markers I got come with a little thing to put inside, but you can take anything, parchment or another piece of cardstock or something underneath. So in case, so you don't want it to go over to this side. Like for this one, I'll be using the opposite side. So I'll use that side, I think. I might use that side to color on. And that's it. So I just wanted to show you the comparison on using these, because I think these are your best bet. I mean, you might have other paper that do fantastic. That's great. But these are not too expensive. And, I'm on a budget, so I can't spend too much. So Neenah Bright White, 65 pound, Canson Mixed Media, if you want it in a little book. So there's that. I hope this was helpful for you. And hope you guys have a good week. And I'll see you guys in the next video.